Hello, my name is Chris Corrales with CNC Factory. I thank you very much going into our knowledge base. Today, we're going to be talking about aligning the spindle on your machine. Now, what we're going to do first is we're going to take off the dust hood off the spindle. It'll give us easier access to be able to align the spindle. Once we take off the screws on both sides, then we can simply remove the dust skirt. Now that we've removed the dust skirt, there's 6 bolts that hold the shroud. Simply loosen and remove those bolts and the shroud will come off. Now, this customer actually did a very hard crash and you can see the results of it. Since we're on site, we're actually going to try to hammer it out. I highly recommend just calling us or going online to our online store and ordering a new shroud. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take their widest bit that they have, which is a 3-inch surfacing bit, and we're going to, with our MPG controller, we're going to bring it down to the spoil board. We're going to turn it to allow it to cut a groove in the spoil board that will give us our highs and lows visually and to see where we're at. Now I'm going to lift up the Z, and we're going to see what we come up with here. All right, by looking at it here on the upper left hand side, it's going much deeper than it is towards the bottom. So these 6 bolts will actually are the bracket that hold the spindle on. Loosening those will give us the ability to pitch left and pitch right. Now on top, if we had to pitch to the front or pitch to the back, we can install shims on the top and also on the bottom. Now what we're going to do is take a couple blocks, and we're going to lower the spindle down to about 1/16 of an inch from the blocks themselves. This allows us to safely loosen and or remove the spindle without having it drop. Again, we're using the MPG for this, so it makes it very convenient to move things around. Now that we got that in place, let's turn the power off. Very important to take pictures of before and after, or most importantly before, so we can put the wires, if necessary, back in their right position, air hoses, etc. Now what we're going to do is just simply loosen these bolts here, and as we showed you earlier, we're going to pitch it to the left or to the right. We can use a mallet, or we can use a piece of wood and a hammer to kind of tap it into place. Again, the bolts are just loosened a little bit. And in this case, because it was a really hard crash, they actually moved the bolts on the back of the spindle bracket, so we're going to loosen those. Before we put bolts back in, it's very important to use some Loctite on the bolts. This ensures that they stay tight for all your work projects. Now, on the bottom of the spindle, we marked previously where we were at and where we wanted to be. That gave us our alignment point. We maneuvered it. Now we're going to tighten it back up. And just as important, we're going to check that line again, just to make sure that we put it to where we wanted it to go. Now let's put the spindle back on. But before we do that, some companies in the plastic business, wood business, we want to make sure that the back plate is nice and clean. It does not give us any obstruction. So we're just going to wipe it down before we put the spindle back. Again, using Loctite, we're going to make sure each bolt is temporarily put in. We'll do our alignment and then tighten one at a time from left to right and then right to left, from top to bottom, bottom to top. This way it does not go off where we originally wanted the new alignment to be. Now that we have this nice and snug, let's go ahead and get ready to run a test. What we're going to do here is, in manual mode, with an MPG controller. We turn the spindle on using that 3-inch fly cutter. We're actually going to go down on the Y about 1/16 of an inch down. That's it. And then we're going to return by stepping over half the distance, which in this case it's a 3-inch cutter, so we're going to step over 1 1/2, and then we're going to come back on the Y. This will allow us to see visually if there's any alignment lines. Again, we're doing this manually. We're using the MPG controller to move it again up and down on the Y and also on the X. Very easy process. Now that we're just about done here, let's take a look and see how the first pass went. Oh, as you can see, there's still some alignment lines. Even as we don't get it always perfect on the first try. We realigned it and about a 32nd of an inch, and we're going to go ahead and do it again. Now at the factory we have the alignment tools and the machines in order to help us assist us in making sure we have true alignment. On the field we're doing more of a manual approach. But this new cut that we're doing, now we're going to step over 1 1/2 and go back down. I can tell right off the bat it looks good. We're going to wait till the machining is done, and we're going to take a closer look at that, but that looks really good. All right, let's take a closer look. Easy to do, looks really good. Let's wait for the machine to turn off. Let's look at our first one. We can see the differences there. Again, a little less than 32nd of an inch. This next one is perfect. That's the way we like it to be. That is ready for a new spoil board, and it's ready to be fly cut. We want to thank you for watching another technical note. For more information, visit our website at cncfactory.com to see more videos from our knowledge base. My name is Chris Corrales. Thank you for watching.